So, welcome to another episode of Talking Tech with the Techie Guy, and we're going to go through some more features of the BlackBerry Passport just to kind of give you a better feel of what the device can actually do. So here are some tips and tricks once you do get your hands on this fantastic device, things that you can do and you should be doing. So let's start off with the first one. So here you are on the main screen, you swipe down, go into settings. One of the things that I'd like to do first is go into your mobile network and just make sure under your mobile network mode that you've got lots of options here. So you can tell the phones to only connect with 4G, 4G and 3G, 4G, 3G and 2G, only 3G, etc. So if you're trying to conserve power, what you should do is actually be changing it down to 3G and 2G so that your phone doesn't have to work so hard to get you that LTE connection. If you have a nice, good, fast environment, kick it to 4G, 3G and 2G, and let kind of the phone decide what's the best signal that you can get for it. This is where you get the best results. So that's one of the first things I do. Also quite important is under the top here, you got your mobile network and your data services. So you can actually switch data off if you just want to make calls. But data services obviously gives you the ability to receive data. Importantly, data services whilst roaming. This is set to prompt. In other words, if you're traveling overseas and you're going to be using those expensive data packages, you might want to not be able to use those. So click on that and then change it to off. So in other words, once you're traveling, you cannot be lumbered with those huge bills in case you forgot. So that's the first thing I would do under the mobile network settings. Okay, so if we carry on, under your settings, you'll be able to scroll down, and near the bottom, you'll see something called Advanced Interaction. Click on that, and that gives you some options such as lift to wake. In other words, when you pick up the phone, it will take it out of standby mode. Flip to mute, so setting the silences of any incoming call, you just flip the phone upside down. And then the last one here is flip to save power. So to extend the battery life, if you put in the phone upside down, it would actually put it into standby mode. So a nice little feature that you kind of should be making use of as well. Just again, extending the battery life. Okay. Another cool feature is that BlackBerry is built into their settings this time is that under security and privacy, click on that, you've got something called parental controls. Click on that. And once you enable your parental controls, if you're giving this particular phone to your child, you're able to say who can they receive phone calls from, who can they receive text messages from, what features of the phone are actually you allow them to use and what you don't. So it's nice that it's actually enabled. This particular controls comes in by default with the 10.3 operating system. You just got to enable that, set a pin, and then you can select what you want to allow your child to be able to do or not. Okay, and that is found under your security and privacy. Right, if we go back to your main screen, just the one quick one I'd like to mention. At the bottom, you've got about the device. Now, this just gives you a whole bunch of information about the device itself. If you click here on the drop down, you can actually get some hardware information as well as networking information. Now, that's quite good and useful if you're trying to diagnose any issues with your network. Are you logged into your Wi-Fi? What's your MAC address, etc. So just some kind of good tips to be able to know that that's where you find the IP address of your device. Another tip that's quite useful to know is that under your settings, if you click on main volume, you've got something here called the music shortcut. Once you enable that, pressing and holding the volume up and the volume down allows you to skip songs. So that's quite useful if you just want to listen to music and don't want to take your phone out of your pocket. Press the button volume up or volume down. This kind of gets you go to the next track. So again, under main volume, music shortcuts, just enable that feature. And then finally, for this quick tutorial, I don't know why it's hidden in another menu altogether, but if you click under the phone call options, and if you go down, pull down from the top, click on settings, you've got something on this particular one called reply now. If you enable that, what that does is that when you get a phone call, you're able to say, automatically send a quick message saying, sorry, can't take your call, or I'll return your call shortly, or any of those quick messaging. What is very nice with the BlackBerry OS is that it recognizes the person that's phoning. If he is a BBM, he or she is a BBM user, or it's able to send them a BBM rather than send the SMS message. But it's hidden under, again, go to the beginning, it's under your phone calls. Under when you make a phone call, tap that, pull that down, settings, and then you go to reply now and enable that as a feature. Okay, so that's another quick tutorials for your BlackBerry Passport. Again, a very, very cool device. Yeah, the more I play with it, the more I like it. So don't forget to subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to put a button right about there. If you subscribe, I'll have some more tips and reviews as soon as I kind of get some more info out of this unit. So again, subscribe here. Cheers for now.